Hey everybody, Zombie Soundwave here, and today I wanted to talk about Microsoft and the future of the Xbox brand. I wanted to talk about a few different factors, but to begin with, let's start with the leaks that we've heard about the new console. We've heard that the console is going to be a premium price, and people are pointing towards it being probably about $1,000. We also learned that the Xbox will basically have a PC storefront, like you'll be able to run all the PC storefronts that you can get, like Epic, Steam, all of those, that will still feel like a traditional console. It will also natively run all currently available Xbox Series games, and that also includes all backwards compatible games. And they plan to have no multiplayer paywall, which is honestly the best thing that I've heard about this new console personally. As someone who has played a lot of PC gaming, I'm very happy to hear that they are finally going to be cutting the paywall for multiplayer. I just think that's something that has needed to go on all of the consoles for a while. So, very excited about that. So, we're in an interesting place with Microsoft here. Obviously, I'm excited about a lot of the news that we've heard. I'm very excited that, they're going to be treating this next Xbox far more like a PC, and how they, the console's going to work, and how they structure, and how the UI is going to work. But I am still very concerned. Obviously, Microsoft has not had the best track record for the last few years. Basically, since the Xbox One, they've been losing, users. There also are some interesting statistics. All of these statistics are kind of being pulled from not official information, but using basically game data. But it seems like the Series X and S have ultimately sold fewer than during the Xbox One's lifespan. And this is a kind of hard metric to use because there obviously were more iterations of the Xbox One family of consoles. And also, we just don't have that hard data. Plus, the Series X and S technically haven't been out for the same amount of years as the Xbox One family had been. So, we have to kind of look at all of that to understand the data. But that's not great because, me personally, I think the Series X and S have been better hardware than what the Xbox One was. So, to see that it sold such substantially less than the Xbox One family is just kind of disappointing for me, and not a great sign for Microsoft, especially when they're turning around here and trying to be like, hey, you all should be interested in a $1,000 console. Now, there are also rumors that Sony's next console, the PlayStation 6, might not be $1,000, that it actually might come out a little cheaper. So that's not great either for, Microsoft's entire plan here, probably. And then on top of that, we got to talk about just Xbox and their game strategy. I mean, obviously, over this past few years, we've seen a lot of games canceled. We've seen a lot of games come out and not be to the mark that people wanted. Recent ones we had, Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 came out, not recent, but, it came out and was a problematic game. More recently, we had Redfall, which Redfall was, I think, 2021? And that game came out and was disappointing. We've also had games that were, supposed to come out and were canceled. And if we're pushing really far back to the Xbox One, Scalebound, but more recently, Perfect Dark was canceled, Everwild was canceled. So I think that's a hard pill for certain people to swallow too, to be told hey, you need to pay $1,000 for a console. But when we look back at the track record, we have a lot of games that have either come out in a poor state or have not come out at all due to some of the management at Microsoft. And even games that I've enjoyed that have not been perfect too. Take Halo Infinite, for example. There are things I really like about Halo Infinite, but I still don't think it's the Halo game that we really needed. And I know we're getting ready to, at some point next year, going to get Halo Combat Evolved, Halo Campaign Evolved. But that same, in that same breath, is that really the game that, Halo fans want? I don't think so. I mean, I think people are excited about it. I think there are going to be people that really enjoy that game. But I think people would love to see a new Halo with an actual multiplayer more personally. So with all this said, I just think that Microsoft's in a really interesting place currently. I think that they know that they are. I think that's why they're taking some of these big swings. I think that's why they're trying to appeal to a bigger, higher-end market, someone who's maybe more interested in PC gaming, but maybe wants to PC game in a space where they have less problematic issues, less, what am I trying to say, less system issues. But ultimately, does that gamer exist? Because, if somebody's playing PC games, do they really feel like they need a console, especially a console that's replicating a PC. Can't you just build a PC at that point? Especially for the $1,000 price tag. Unless this is like a $1,000 price tag and this console is going to be a lot more like a $1,500 PC or a $2,000 PC. In which case I totally understand it. And honestly, like that's far more appealing to like me personally. Like the idea of a console that is operating more like a $2,000 PC that I can actually, or even $1,500 PC potentially, that I can actually like not have to worry about certain things. But even that argument kind of falls apart too, because like PCs anymore are pretty easy to use. So I don't know, we're in a really interesting place. I think Microsoft obviously has an uphill battle here. There are a lot of factors that, you know, I think they're gonna have to withstand. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you all think. Are you all excited about another Microsoft console? Are you planning on getting a PlayStation console? Or are you just gonna build a PC? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that we've learned recently about, you know, the new Xbox, and just kind of talk about where Xbox currently is. I think they're in a really interesting place, and I'm fascinated to see like when this console actually launches, what we see happen, because I'm really worried that if Sony comes out with a cheaper console and Microsoft really tries to push this $1,000 console, that's going to be really bad for them in the long run. But yeah, so like I said, you know, leave me in the comment letting me know what you all think. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're wanting to see more of this kind of content, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.